Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, दामाधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदानंदन जन रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Nidai Gauranga, Jaya Nidai Gauranga, Nidai Gauranga, Jaya Nidai Gauranga, Nidai Gauranga, Nidai Gauranga, Nidai Gauranga, Jaya Nidai Gauranga. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jam Vishnupad Brahmans Parivraj Gacharya Stau Darshad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Bind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is Ki Jai Nidai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 6, text number 41. Please repeat after me. Prapya punya kritam lokan Ushitva Shashwati Samaha Suchinam Srimadam Gehe Yogo Bhrasto Bijayate Prapya Punya Kritam Lokan Ushitva Shashwati Samaha Suchinam Srimadam Gehe Yogo Bhrasto Bijayate. We'll chant one more time. Prapya Punya Kritam Lokan Ushitva Saswati Samaha Suchinam Srimadam Gehe Yogo Bhrasto Bijayate. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Please repeat the translation. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. I'll read the small purport also. The unsuccessful yogis are divided into two classes. One is fallen after very little progress, and one is fallen after long practice of yoga. The yogi who falls after a short period of practice goes to the higher planets, where pious living entities are allowed to enter. After prolonged life there, he is sent back again to this planet to take birth in the family of a righteous Brahmana, Vaishnava, or of aristocratic merchants. The real purpose of yoga practice is to achieve the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness. But those who do not persevere to such an extent and fail due to material allurements are allowed by the grace of the Lord to make full utilization of their material propensities. And after that, they are given opportunities to live prosperous lives in righteous or aristocratic families. Those who are born in such families may take advantage of the facilities and try to elevate themselves to full Krishna consciousness. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nidhinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Bhashya Dadeshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you and welcome all the devotees for joining Sunday afternoon Bhagavad Gita. So this is another very important verse, answer to Arjuna's very apt question. So in the previous verses, Arjuna asked this question and Krishna is answering here. So what was the question? Anybody knows? So you should read Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so the question was asked by Arjuna, what is the destination of the man of faith who does not persevere, who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection and mysticism? Very important question, because many people have this fear. This is called the fear of failure, especially in the spiritual life. What if I take this and if I can continue, if I do not attain the perfection on this path, then what is the fate? I have not enjoyed my material life also because I have taken up this and I couldn't complete and attain the perfection in spiritual life also. So sometimes this kind of doubts, this kind of dilemma stops people to take the path forward. So Arjuna is asking here the question that what will happen to those people? One who takes the path but couldn't continue and attain the perfection. So in response to that, Krishna is explaining, and Krishna has already confirmed in the previous verses, also in the previous chapter, that there is no loss or diminution on this path. If somebody who takes this path, he is never a loser. If he cannot attain perfection also, still there is no loss. So in either case, either you attain perfection or you do not attain perfection, you are never a loser. So this is the confirmation. So here Krishna is saying, if somebody falls, they are like in the beginning, in their enthusiasm, they take the spiritual path, but in the due course, because of all this worldly mindedness, they just get deviated from the path. What will happen to them? So Krishna is answering in this verse, is saying, Prap punya kritam lokan, ushitva saswati samaha, suchinam shrimatam gehe, yogo bhrasto bijayade. So this category of people, those who started the journey but couldn't reach the destination, couldn't attain the perfection, on the way that they get deviated, they are called yoga bhrashta. On the path of yoga, on the path of transcendence, they just got deviated. They are called yoga bhrashta. What will happen to them? Krishna is saying, Prap punya kritam lokan, they will attain punya kritam lokan, the higher planets, Swargalok, heavenly planets. Because they have already done something on this path, they have the enough credits to go to the higher planets, the heavenly planets, where the standard of living, the standard of enjoyment is much, much higher than what is available in this planet. So they will go there first. And then after prolonged enjoyment, Ushitva Saswati Samaha, for a long time they enjoy on that planet, heavenly planets, and after that they will be sent back again in this world. But when they're sent back here, they'll be sent in two different situations. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. Either they will be born in a family of Suchinam. Suchinam means the family of some cultured family, family of a devotee, Brahmana family, where from the very beginning they get the exposure of spiritual things so that they can continue their journey where they left. So either they will take the birth in Suchinam in a very pious devotee Vaishnava family, or they can take birth in Sri Matam Gehe. Gehe means the house. So it can be Suchinam, and Sri Matam means very rich aristocratic family. So they might take birth either in a devotee Brahmana family or in a rich aristocratic family. Yogo Bhrasto Vijayade. So this is the destination of a person who is Yoga Bhrasta, who is deviated. So even the person who is a failure, that is the result of being failure in the spiritual life. You are never a loser. Either you will be born in a family of very rich aristocratic parents or Brahmanical and pious families. So here Prabhupada in the purport explains there are unsuccessful yogis, and there are two types. One is fallen with a very little progress. So this is the result of the little progress. Something they did for some time and then they got deviated. So this is what will happen to them. They'll go to the heavenly planets, enjoy sufficiently there, come back again and continue their journey. And then in the next verse, Krishna also explains that the yogi who has practiced for a long time, what will happen? So they're also not a loser. So the point is that people have that fear that what if I don't progress, so then my situation will be like a riven cloud. Like in Hindi, they say that Dhobi ka kutta na gar ka na ghat ka. Those who understand Hindi. Like you are not either this side or not that side. You are somewhere in between. You don't achieve anything. Material success, material opulence also you lost, and there's no spiritual perfection. So what is the point? But here Krishna is confirming, no, there's no loss in this path. If little bit you do, and you are successful. Why there's a deviation? Deviation is because of some material desires. The person take the path, he progress on the path, suddenly on the way they get allured by all this material enjoyment. So Krishna is very, very considerate. He says, okay, you have the desire to enjoy? No problem. I'll send you to a place where you can have unlimited enjoyment. Prap punya kritam lokan, go to the heavenly planets. That is why you got deviated. So go and enjoy. So now two things what Krishna is doing is, first of all, is very, very considerate, very compassionate, that this desire is stopping you to move forward on your spiritual path. So let me uproot this desire in the first place so that you can smoothly progress on your path. So there are two ways of uprooting all this materialistic desire for sense enjoyment. One thing is you tell the person, you try to explain the person that if you try to enjoy material sense gratification, there's no enjoyment in that, this is all bogus. You preach person, you give the knowledge. Some people, it may work with some people, but for some people, it may not work. They say, oh yeah, right, you're right. And then again, there might be attraction towards material enjoyment. They may fall back. So that can be one possible way of helping them, that no sense enjoyment. Another way is you give them the opportunity to enjoy the senses so much that at one point they start to realize, oh, I was so fascinated about all those things and I'm enjoying all those things, but now I realize that there's no enjoyment in all this. So that is also another way. So Krishna takes this path that, okay, you go there, try to enjoy and enjoy for a long time. And after that they realize that, I was so excited. I thought this is real fun. But now I'm realizing that there's no fun in this. So then he goes back. Okay, now I should continue to pursue my spiritual path. So this is how Krishna is helping. So I'm not a loser. You had the material desire, Krishna fulfilled the material desire, and by fulfilling those desires, he is bringing you back on the same path. How is bringing you back on that same path? After the long-term enjoyment, sense enjoyment, with some realization that it's not enjoyment actually, it's just an illusion. And then that person is sent back here in this material world. And once you come in this material world, then there is enough distractions, you can get lost. So Krishna is placing that soul at a right place, where he's sending him Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. So either that person will take birth in a very pious Brahminical family, where from the very beginning he will get the exposure of a spiritual life. We have many examples. Right. What example comes to your mind? Some examples from the scriptures or from your experience in general. Have you seen someone like some small kids from the very beginning, they're very spiritually inclined. You tell them anything, they will happily do that. On the contrary, there might be some people, no matter how much you tell them, they don't care. I think most of us, we have this kind of experience in this kind of people around us. So what is the difference? Why one child is like very easily taking up the process? You tell chanting, you tell go to temple, they'll be very excited about all those things. Because they're carrying forward. Possibly they might be carrying forward. They already have something. And then they're placed into a family where they get from the very beginning all these exposures. Right, you see, we have the Sunday school, and hundreds of kids comes. Most of them will fall in that category. From the very early life, they're getting exposure of Krishna consciousness. Right, and these are their formative years. You build the foundation with all these values, all these teachings, and it will be very easy for them to practice Krishna consciousness as they grow. So they have some credits. So Krishna arranges all of that. In case if somebody, miss out in the previous life, they're not loser. So this is what Krishna is saying here. Suchinam Srimadam Gehe Yogo Bhrasto Vijayate. So the Yoga Bhrasta also, there's no loss. On the contrary, if somebody is doing perfectly fine in their life, very nicely they're doing everything, they have attained all the perfection in their life, all the success in their life, still it is a failure. And there is this verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada quotes this verse, says, Tektva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan napakko tapate tato yadi yatkva babhadram mabuddham ushyakim kovartha apto bhajatam swadharmatha Tektva swadharmam charanambujam harer. So there are people, those tektva, those are given up. What they are given up? Swadharmam, the so-called worldly duties. People have the duties, or my duty towards my parents, towards my family, my society. In case if somebody gives up all those duties, material duties, but charanam bhujam harer, if they take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, they're given up all worldly duties, they're taken the path of devotional service or a spiritual life, but bhajan apakvo, they're not attained the perfection. Apakva means it is not fully ripened. In between they got deviated. So that person is much better. He's a failure, actually speaking. He gave up his worldly duties. He took the spiritual path, but there also he got deviated. Bhagavatam is confirming that that person is much better than another person who is perfectly doing everything in this world. He attained all the perfection, all the success, materially speaking. But at the end of the day, all your success, all your achievements will become nil. As soon as you leave the body, your account balance is 0. Wherein the person who has taken the spiritual path did something little bit, that remains in his permanent bank account. Spiritual credit, whatever little you do, Krishna says in 2.40 in Bhagavad Gita, Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Swalpam means very little endeavor on the spiritual path can protect you from the greatest danger in this material world. Anybody knows what is the greatest danger in this material world? Think so many dangers are there. What do you think is the greatest danger? What is that? Mind. Yes, mind is also very dangerous. If it is not controlled, it is your worst enemy. What else? Diseases. Yeah, they are dangerous. Not most dangerous. You fall sick, you might get cure also. These are all right answer. We are just trying to understand. Yes, you are saying something? Death. Death is danger, but there is something even more dangerous than death. Thinking what? They will live forever. They are an illusion. Nobody lives forever here in this world. Yes. What else? Anyone more answer? Rebirth. Yes, somebody rightly said. The most dangerous thing in this human form of life, it has been explained, this human form of life is a junction where you can just once for all sort it out. That we are going again and again in Punarapi Janma, Punarapi Marana, Punarapi Janani, Jatareshanam, birth, death, old age, disease. Again and again we are going in the cycle. So scriptures explain this human form of life is a junction where you can just stop all this cycle. But if we don't use our intelligence, if we don't stop it, and we live life happily, successful man, famous man, influential person, everybody just praising, glorifying, and the person dies, and then again fall into the same cycle of repeated birth, death, danger, the old age and disease. That is considered the most dangerous thing. Krishna is saying, Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahado bayat. But anyone who does little endeavor on the spiritual path, just little chanting the holy name of the Lord, little seva, knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously is done, that becomes your spiritual credit, and that credit remains forever. And it has the potential to protect you from your greatest danger. One name of Krishna, this is the glories of the holy name, can protect you from falling back into that repeated cycle. So Krishna is saying there's no loss in this path. So if somebody is so-called failure on the spiritual path, should know that it's never a failure. You're always actually achiever. So this is what Krishna is saying here, that if somebody gives up these all worldly duties, but takes up the path of Krishna consciousness, in case if they couldn't complete, still you are in profit. But also we should have faith and also confidence that anyone who comes on this path, as Prabhupada explained, that Krishna is so kind, Krishna doesn't leave. Once you take this path, you might get deviated, you might get distracted, but Krishna will figure out 100 ways to bring you back. You say, no, I don't want to come. Krishna still will arrange some way that you will end up coming there only. So this is like, a father, a rich father whose son left the home in the arrogance that I don't want to be with the father. And he spoke very harshly to the father, very abusive words and all of that. Father may feel bad, but he never give up on the son. Despite all that, he will try that how to bring this son back. Son might be very adamant. He may not be willing to even come back. But father will be keep trying, keep arranging some different people, different ways. Please bring my son back. Please bring my son back. So this is how Krishna is, that we might get distracted, but Krishna never leaves us. He will be keep trying, keep trying. He'll say, okay, you want to enjoy? No problem. I'm arranging your enjoyment. Go to the heavenly planets, enjoy. And when you get frustrated with this sense enjoyment, I'll place you in a right thing, right situation. And there you will again continue your journey, your spiritual path. So this is the different dynamic. We see that what is failure and what is success. Material success is a failure. We are not saying that we should not be successful. You can do that, but you should know that that is not the real success, because whatever you become in this world, at the end of the day, as soon as this body is gone, everything is gone. Will be in just one small photo frame. That is what is your existence after that. You don't know where you're going, and few days people will talk, and you are even not there to hear what people are talking about you. We are so concerned about, we should be nice, and we should definitely be nice so that people talk good about me, but you will not be there to listen that what people are talking. Despite all your good, people can talk whatever they want to talk. So it is not to discourage that we should be very whimsical or random like that. We should try, but that is not the real achievement in life. It will all become zero. So Srila Prabhupada explains that, whatever material achievements in this world, big money, big power, big position, all the opulences, they're all big zeros. Like somebody is very rich, 1 0. Somebody is very educated, another 0. Somebody is very influential, another 0. Very powerful, another 0. So put together all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 100 zeros equal to Zero. Unless you put 1 in front of that. So important thing is, it is not against earning the zeros. You earn the zeros. Become rich, become powerful, become influential, whatever. But don't miss to put 1 in front of that. Otherwise, there's no value. So whatever you do, keep Krishna the center of your life. That is the real success. Then whatever little endeavor you do in the seva, in the service of Krishna, that will protect you from the greatest danger. And then Krishna will protect. He will again arrange the ways, to continue our journey and attain the perfection. So this is what is the spiritual life is, the Krishna consciousness is offering and Bhagavad Gita is offering. So we should very seriously take this path. Whatever little you can do, please start doing. If you think you can do much, you are not sure whether you will be able to sustain or continue, don't worry too much. How much ever you think you can do today, that much you do. Start the journey. Don't keep waiting for a perfect time and perfect situation. Once my kids are settled, I am also settled, I am retired, enough savings, that day will never come. It will never come. Start today. So give up all your ideas, all your limiting beliefs, the fears, and then start. And Krishna is giving us the confidence here that if there's some little bit diminution also, something is not going perfectly well to manage your spiritual life, still you are successful. It's never a failure. So please do start. And how we can start is, those who have not started this journey, it is very, very simple to start with. You can just start with chanting this holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So may I ask, how many of you are chanting already Hare Krishna mantra? Please raise your hand. Okay, let me ask it differently. How many of you are chanting daily? I think that is a more apt question. Okay. How many of you are chanting only on Sundays? That too also we make you chant. Okay. So we highly recommend and encourage all of you, please start chanting this Mahamantra. One round you can start with, very, very simple, very easy. It takes like hardly 7 or 8 minutes. Any time of the day, morning, evening, before you go to bed or anywhere, in your office or wherever it is possible, please do this. Very, very important. Okay, so we'll close with this unless anybody has any quick question or any comment before we close. So today we had to close it a little early because there is Sunday school presentation, term end presentation. So all the kids will be here shortly and they'll present. So while they're all lining up, in the meantime we can just keep chanting, maybe few times. Chant along with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you everyone for joining. Today we are just keeping it very short. You can chant one round later whenever you find time and continue to chant every day. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Now there will be some wonderful presentation by all these wonderful kids. So I enjoy that. Okay, you're taking.
She wants to stand next to her. Go away. Come here. Come here. Come.
Hare Krishna. So we request all the devotees, just please come front. There's a lot of space and lot more